Hi everyone, I thought today we'll have some plants as a change. I've been repotting a bit, getting ready for the winter, which is a few months away, if that. Yeah, I'll start off in one of the greenhouses. This is where the odds and ends go. Got the old fan going, which is nice. I can stand here in the breeze of the fan. It's lovely. Excuse the ancient wiring up. It's quite safe. I haven't been blown up yet. Anyhow, let's get to the plants. Got a few Lithops. No, you like to see the plants, Mesembs. These have been freshly potted up. They're all campy, that one is. It's funny, you know, these came from seed many years ago. I went to one of the Mesem shows in Banstead, and there was someone selling seeds, and these were collected seeds from the wild. But unfortunately what I didn't do was get any names. So these at the moment are unnamed, but you can tell the name of some of those large ones are either Tabiniformis or Campi. They're invariably the bigger growers. I've got a load more in the other house. We'll go down there later. Behind those, my Praeserpilus similans have come into bloom, and these will be tickled up, fertilised in other words, to try and get some seed. In fact, this lot was from my previous seed, so it would be second generation. Rather like similans. It's reminiscent of Chirodopsis peculiaris. They're related, yes, but that's as far as it goes. These are Pilospilus. We're kind of further over. A few more plants here. These ones, the majority of these are Lapidarias. With the odd Argyroderma. That's an Argyroderma. Another Argyroderma. And if I get it on the right spot, yeah, another Argyrodermas. Not forgetting one there. But the majority of them are Lapidarias. Lapidaria is a genus between Dinteranthus and Lithops. They're nice plants, they bloom well. And coming across, we got a pan of Argyroderma. Argyroderma simply means silver skin, and they're aptly named. They have got a silver skin. These will tolerate quite a bit of sunlight, but give ventilation. Never have the greenhouse closed up so the stuff cooks, because it will literally cook. Notice a little bit of splitting as well on some of them. That's due to suddenly being watered and the skin just splits, but the following year they'll be okay. In the past I've mentioned Gibeum heathii. I had perhaps the biggest one of these in the country. You note I said did. It finally popped its clogs, And these are some of the cuttings that I got. They're all slowly rooting. That's also a silver skin, but not an Argyroderma. These are Giveum heathii. Heath was an amateur grower of these plants in this country some years ago. A few more baby ones there. These are from seed. I did raise a lot from seed. Another group I've always liked is the Fenestraria. I said somewhere else, fenes means window. Defenestration was in the old days when they chucked people out through the window. And fenestre in French means window. So these are Fenestraria, so named because if you look careful, I'll try and get it close to if I can. You can see at the tops of the leaves a darker patch. Well, that is in fact the window, and the idea is for the light to enter the top and be filtered through to the chlorophyll. Normally in habitat these would grow buried and all you would see are the tops. You would just see the tops. The base of the leaves would be completely hidden by soil. Can't grow them like that over here because our atmosphere is too damp and they would not survive. These are coming in at the moment. There's just one there in this pan which is coming into flower. The flowers are either white or orange, and there is a cultivar called Firecracker which is orange. It's got larger leaves and it's orange. It's either a sport or a variety, but it's not a natural variety. Another pan over there where we've got yet another bud. I'll do one on these when they're out. These are all separate plants. They'll probably go for sale. I'm a bit loath to sell these because I rather like them, but I just haven't got the space to keep all of them. These pans were originally made up with several plants in them, but over the years they have multiplied and got bigger and have grown themselves out of house and home, or out of pot and home. Your Mesembs. Over here we just got a general selection of plants that are due to go to a boot sale if the weather's good enough to go. This one is Clinia articulata. The name articulata means jointed. In a few weeks' time this will be covered in leaves. In fact, it's just starting to show leaves. The flowers on these are rather interesting because they stink. Horrible smell. It's sort of a kind of musty smell. But it all adds the interest to the plant. So for someone you don't like, make them a present of one of these. You'd be very popular after that. Now let's just turn round. This is, as I said earlier, an odds and ends greenhouse. Very old one. Like me, old. A few more Mesembs here. These are ones which are not necessarily surplus, but they're waiting to be chopped up because they've got large and they have to be chopped, made into small plants. They get long and leggy. There's another Pilus. That's actually got buds coming, so they'll be nice. I'll probably keep that one as it is. Another Pilus. And another Pilus. Looking further at the back, got very shrubby Mesembs. That one right at the back is a Chirodopsis, and Chirodopsis means sheath-like. It refers to the fact that in some species, not all, but some, the leaves have an outer sheath, and when it dries off, the sheath drops away to show a new leaf pair. But as I say, it's not on all of them. It's on Peculiaris, which is quite distinct. You've got Conophytums. These two are in the stage of getting too big and definitely needing to be chopped up and started off again. It's a sad time, but unfortunately it happens. They get bigger and they get to a stage, an optimum size, where they need to be chopped and rejuvenated. And carry on to the other tray. Once again, exactly the same. This is more or less where they're all on. There's quite a bit of work involved, which I'm not looking forward to doing. In the corner of that pan we have a Dinteranthus, very close to Lithops, but far enough away to be given the name Dinteranthus. That was named after Kurt Dinter, a gentleman who lived in South Africa. Get it right in a minute. And he was an expert on the plants. There's what a few seedlings look like. They're youngsters. You've got there Simulans and Belusii. Some of them could well be a Belusii. Might even be Nelli. And a couple of large plants. Also, that one looks very much like Simulans. That one behind it could be Belusii, which was named after Louise Bolus, another botanist of the day. Coming on to another tray. I'll just show these, not too much talking. This there is the Gymnoclysium, the red one. It finally gave out the understock, which you have to grow these on a stock because the plant themselves has no chlorophyll, and without chlorophyll the plant won't live. So it relies on the stock, which is another species of cacti, where that is in fact grafted onto. This one's done exceptionally well. It's not everyone's choice. It turned up at our one of our branch meetings a year or two ago. It was at our auction. So it's it is one of the novelties. I don't think that's going to live. It's flowered, which is done very well. It's just resting in that soil. If it makes root and there's enough stock left, then it will survive. Moving over, I noticed a Glotophyllum. Near my much trusted camera. But just above that, there it is. That is Glotophyllum oligocarpum, one of the choicer Glotophyllums. Glotophyllum simply means tongue plant. Some of them are quite ugly and some are quite beautiful. Some will colour up like mother of pearl, while others just get large and uninteresting. Well, that one is oligocarpum. We've got a few more here. They're Heathii again. Now they are from seed off of my own plants. You get a good summer, you get good seeds. These are Conophytum. Someone was asking me how to grow from seed, particularly the genus Conophytum. They, as I say, they grow relatively easy, but it's taking precautions, knowing what to grow them in. I use John Innes, which seems to do the trick. Other people add grit and stuff to the soil. I don't. I buy John Innes. That is a good quality stuff. It does vary from wherever you get it from. I won't say where I got some from that was useless. Suffice to say, it was a well-known DIY store. It was terrible stuff. I don't know what they've mixed with it. See, a lot of this stuff comes from household waste. It never used to. That's the plant we're looking at now is an ophthalmophyllum, or as they've been renamed, a species of Conophytums. That's got a nice colour to it. The one just above it is not looking well. Here we've got a few more Heathii that came from my lovely large plant, which I lost. It was donkey's years old. I dread to think how many years, but it was very old. A few more Conophytums. Some of these are resting. Some may have even kicked the bucket. The ones are going through and I've got to sort out, see how they're doing. Anyhow, that's about it for in here. Hope you've enjoyed. Please comment, please subscribe. And just before I go, just a reminder, not that it will be any good to anyone, I don't suppose, but the branch has its branch meeting tonight, and there will be a talk given on the genus Lithops. So if anyone's in the Banstead area, pop along. You'll get a good welcome, nice cup of tea or a nice cup of coffee, and always some nice biscuits, even the horrible ones spread with peanut butter, but the most of them are nice. Anyhow, thanks for watching. Don't look at all the mess down below. I'm not the world's most tidiest person, but I do like its greenhouse with all its little odds and ends. Even got lighting in here which has an emergency backup. So we've got a power cut, that tube comes on, it has a NiCad battery pack inside. It's always handy. You never know when the RCD is going to trip out. as it has on occasions. Anyhow, once again, thanks for watching, and I will say goodbye.